Three guys walk into a bar. Two of them are chairborne rangers. And I'm the Squid. Welcome to Pardon the Distraction. Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction. I'm one of your hosts, DJBluePDX, and joining me, of course, is the Lost Drake and our special guest, Military Man. Welcome to the podcast. What's up?
Ex-military man.
Ex-military man. Sorry,
Aren't we all?
Gives you extra
Aren't we
XP.
all?
Yeah.
We're all ex-military men.
Yes,
guys.
Depends on how dramatic I am. Then most of the time, it goes down to dramatic military man. I'm Air Force.
Also.
And somehow I still ended up in a chair.
Again, chairborne rangers.
Well,
that was, yeah.
I hate your face. I hate your face.
That was what the names, one of the names that was given. So.
Yeah, look. There's a lot of names given to the Navy, but they're not appropriate. TOS.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like, there's the Squids, Sloppy Squad, Wet Mess. Yeah.
That sounds like my sheets when I was 5.
I mean, it sounds like the sheep we keep on the ship, so...
The sheep we keep on the ship. God damn it. Well, at least you're warm at night.
Also true. Well, you know why we always carry Marines around with us? Because the sheep are too hard to clean up after.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No, here we go.
No. I kid only because I have so many friends who are Marines, and I made so many friends who in the Marines while I was in the Navy. These guys are wild. They do shit that I could never even possibly fathom. Just one of those nope. If you're a Marine and you made it through boot and you got through your first year, congratulations. You are a little more nuts than everybody else. And
well, I told you when I went in the military, when I went into the MEP station, we all took our ASVAB together. We were all in high school together. Me and 6 of my buddies. We all went and took the ASVAB together. I was the highest scoring, of course. They wanted me to be a nuclear engineer. I was like, fuck you.
I
was like, nah, that's okay. Nah, I'm good. I'll stick to being a mechanic. I'm okay with that. And plus, it was a higher sign-up bonus because you always go with the more money. Duh. But it was funny because they wanted me on A-10s originally. They wanted me on the Warhogs. And I was just like, all right, cool. Because that's like, when you think about military, you think about bombers and you think about the A-10s or the F-16 at the time because we didn't have F-22s. They were still in development. God, I'm old. Anyway, so besides the point, but we all went into the MEP station together and we all scored. And one of my friends who was actually way more intelligent than me got the lowest score and ended up going into the Marines. And still to this day, I still joke because unfortunately, I'm not trying to turn this into a sad moment, but every single one of my buddies that we went in the military, 2 of them I ended up getting stationed with, and the rest, one was in the Army, one was in the Air Force, one was in the Marine Corps, one was in the Army, and then the other 2 ended up, one went into Coast Guard, and then the other one ended up switching. He actually was originally Army, and he switched to Air Force, so he was in the Air Force as well. And we 3 of us got stationed together. We were all at Barksdale Air Force Base. And then everybody else went all over they were in Japan. They were in fucking Hawaii. I'm like, you motherfuckers. We're in Louisiana. And so, but also when I went in 2000. And literally we went through tech school. I was in the middle of tech school, came full circle, and then 9/11 happened. And we weren't even done with tech school. And they were like, you're gone, go. So we're like, fuck. So, but all of my buddies that I went in with, all of them passed away overseas. And, I have survival grief. That's a long thing, long years of dealing with that and PTSD. And we've all go through our own shit. I like to talk about it because it makes me feel better. But just in general, also that's what my counselor tells me to do too. But just in general, like when it comes to stuff like that, right? Like you think about all of us as a branch. That's like the number one thing of the military. We all fucking haze the shit out of each other, which is like the number one thing that they say don't to do ever. And that's like the number one thing we do. Fucking, we beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. Fucking dude, I had my head taped in a toilet my first day. I'm not even joking. Not even fucking joking. My first day, I get on active duty, and we're out of tech school.
So
I go
off
back.
topic.
I know it's all right. We'll come back to it, and then we'll introduce actually military, so you can introduce yourself. But anyway, no, I got my head taped with duct tape in the toilet. They wrapped the whole motherfucker with my face in the toilet. Then went in the other stall and said, "Welcome to base, bitch," and fucking dumped 4 coolers of ice water over the edge. And they're like, "It's not waterboarding if your face is down in the shit." Motherfuckers, dude. When I was like trying to get out, we fucking beat the shit up. We also used to call it Peter Panning because we'd be in the face hanger. And the B-52 would be in the face hanger and the planes would park like this. And so the wingspans are huge, right? We would run, we'd be hooked up to the harnesses on the ceiling, and we'd run full speed and go, whee! And fucking literally jump from one wingspan to the other. And we would fly until we got caught because we weren't supposed to do that because our commanding officer would come in and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Peter Panning. Cut that shit out. Okay. Sorry, sir. Fucking, we're all standing in fucking parade rest for like an hour while he's yelling at us. Anyway, all right. So, so ex-military man, welcome in. How are you? Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, all about your stream, what you do, how you're into content, blah, 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 yakety schmackety, and go.
Awesome. All right. I'm ex-military man. I served in the military for 8 years as an Air Force explosive detection canine handler. I still currently do that to this day as a civilian. Worked as a bodyguard for several years after I got out.
He said it so fast. I thought he said cannon handler, and I was about ready to go into a joke, but he said canine because he said it fast because he's nervous. He's nervous to be on this podcast. Nervous. Yeah, it's right.
What? With us? God,
a little nervous. A little nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty new to streaming. Obviously, I've only been streaming. I'm only been streaming for 9 months. I have 1,700 followers. So I've made a little bit of traction. But I mean, I'm learning a lot. You know, meeting a lot of different people, content creators. Went to TwitchCon this year. Met the Lost Drake. That was a really cool experience. You know, got to do that. You know, he was wanted to meet my buddy. He had a Moon Knight costume on, so that was a really cool little interaction. But no, I collect obviously collectibles. That's like my thing. Yeah, man. I mean, I stream mostly Call of Duty. I'm pretty decent at it, I think. And yeah, I just like to have fun. I just like to, you know.
And actually tell them how you actually kind of got into content creation with the comic book stuff too, because I know you told me that story on stream, but DJ hasn't heard this or anybody else in the podcast. So.
Yeah. Well, during COVID, I was collecting comic books like my whole life, and I had like about 15 long boxes full of comics. And when COVID hit, I started selling them all. I had like maybe invested probably $5,000 worth of comic books, and I had 15 long. Like I spent maybe $15,000 or $5,000 worth of books like throughout my lifetime. And I turned around, sold everything, had somebody sell it with me, a partner of mine, and I made about $40,000 off of the comic books I spent, you know, $5,000 on. So that's kind of like what got me through COVID, was reselling all my comics, and it literally helped out so much, obviously, because my work was slow. It was super slow. I didn't jump on the COVID streaming train that a lot of people got to get right. You know what I mean?
Well, now all those people are quitting because they realized how hard it actually is. It's not as easy as just booting up a camera and talking and, I got millions of followers. Like a lot of people did that with TikTok, and now you're starting to see the thinning of the herd. You know, it's really starting to happen, and we have definitely noticed it as content creators because, you know, going every single day. Like, DJ, what's your stream schedule actually right now? What do you, because I know you adjusted it recently. You're streaming more during the week, which is great, which I love because I get to hang out with you more too, which is awesome.
Yeah, I stream. I have a usually an 8 to 9 hour stream on Fridays and Saturdays. So I stream from noon until usually 8 or 9. I've got the DJ sets for Logitech and Astro on in the evenings on those 2 days. And on Sunday, I start at noon and I DJ from then till 3. And then gaming until like 6. But I've also now been picking up, since other projects have kind of finalized themselves and I've completed them, I'm now picking up shows during the week when I can, playing more with music and things as I've
he's been enjoying Fortnite, except when he's getting picked on.
Oh, dude, Fortnite is fucking hilariously fun.
I'm gonna get you into it, military. I know, like I'm gonna pull you back into the fold because Everybody, DJ was the most anti. So just to backtrack, me and DJ met shoutcasting Fortnite. And we were making fun of kids and their parents playing in these tournaments for Mixer. We got on the mic. That's how we met. We literally, because we're both eccentric assholes. And we got up there and we had to be PG, no cussing. Literally get up there with a bunch of kids. And he's got his rubber chickens and we're like squawking in the ears and messing with the parents, saying they're going to get grounded if they don't win the tournament. And like, we were having a blast and everybody loved us. And then they wanted to pair us together all the time because we know how to control a stage. Like, we know how to control that presence and get up there and be like, woo! And I'm such a hype man and fucking run around and crazy. And then not only that, DJ's just got that fucking radio voice and he knows what to say. Half of the shit he's shoutcasting himself when he's playing video games, because he was doing it the other day and we were making fun of him. He's like, so I'm walking up the hill and I'm going up into the mountain. And he's like literally shoutcasting himself. We were cracking up laughing. But in general, like us doing that, like those type of games like Fortnite, we hated it when it first came out. Like, we played it a little bit and we were like, this building shit, this kid's going to build. He's 5 and he's building a tower to space in 4 seconds. I couldn't do it. Couldn't fucking do it.
I'm like, how fast are you clicking that fucking mouse?
But I will tell you, since the Unreal 5 update, and even before that, but the Unreal 5 update completely changed that. Because I don't know if you know that, they updated the entire graphics engine to Unreal 5. And I know you've been in the channel when I played, but in general, it is probably such a big relief, even for somebody like you that plays Call of Duty, that is a lot more serious, impactful. Like, if you fuck up, the whole team wipes. Like, with Fortnite, it's a little bit more funny, and it's the one thing I love about that is that it is the only game in the gaming industry, the only game that has literally had a crossover with PlayStation, with Xbox. The only company that they haven't done a crossover, and I'm still waiting for it to happen, is when they have a Nintendo season, when we get fucking Mario. And we have not had one Nintendo character inside Fortnite, which is weird because it's on Switch. And it really weirds me out that they haven't done that yet, because can you imagine being Link? He would be perfect for it. Or Metroid, awesome. Or Donkey Kong, or like if they made like a Nintendo crossover, that would be the biggest season, hands down. Because
but how often do you find that Nintendo works with other companies?
Well, yes. Well, except Xbox. They've been working with them quite a bit lately. They don't work with PlayStation because PlayStation is, fucking the Apple of video games. So, so just in general, when it comes down to it, it's PlayStation relies on their exclusives. They were talking so much shit the other day about the FTC regulation, because FTC is like teaming up with PlayStation against Microsoft, this Bethesda like they were narking on the Bethesda thing, and that's already over with. They were bringing up stuff that was talked about in the public, and it's getting thrown out. Like, Phil Spencer literally is going all guns out now, which is good because he needs to. And to be honest with you, Microsoft does need to own Activision. Activision is a hot mess. Like, the whole company. I mean, they literally are unionizing. I
don't want to talk about
that. We won't even get into that. Because, like, I grew up, my first game on PC was Diablo 1. And we had 200 megabits. It was my first PC. That was my hard drive space. 200 megabits.
Yep.
I don't even know how. I don't even think we had RAM. I think it was just literally the fucking what was on the board. And that's all you had. You didn't have sticks. You didn't have any of that shit then. It was literally like the first transition when Windows started converting over. And I'm going to tell you right now, Activision, especially with Call of Duty, right? You see what they're trying to do. Like, they inputted the raids, right? And I've heard the raids are really fun, actually. Yeah. But you think about that. They took that idea from Bungie, because they worked with Bungie. They took Bungie's idea
they definitely did.
For Destiny and put it into Call of Duty and said, okay, cool, now we have our own. But you know what, though? That's because one of the staff members stayed with Activision when Bungie switched back and said, fuck you, Activision, we're out. But like, you look at all the games, every game that's associated with Activision because of their CEO, which we won't dive into that anymore, but because we don't need to say anything. But you got Diablo, you got World of Warcraft, you got StarCraft, you got all these games. Activision owns Crash Bandicoot, which is still cracks me up that was the mascot for PlayStation, and they fucking axed him. They got rid of him. Like, that was they were Mario, and they got rid of him and fucking sold him because, we want money. Like, that's another reason why, like, I've never had that loyalist, like, mentality with PlayStation. PlayStation 1 was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. PlayStation 2 was better because it had more games. Yeah, I know. I like to talk. Shut. But I'm just saying in general, those type of games are what revolutionized the business. So Activision getting separated and being with Microsoft, I think will be a good change for the industry. But military. So obviously you collect comic books. Look at this little gem I got today. First appearance of Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage. Yeah,
first appearance Carnage. So I got that with my Venom because Carnage is my favorite villain. I just got that the other day, which the idiot sold me for $80 because dumb. And it's also signed. Also signed, by the way. Also signed. And it's actually in an inverted sleeve in the back with certificate. $80. That's all he sold that to me.
I must have needed that crack real bad.
So I was like looking at it. And this is part 1, but I already had part 2 and 3. So, and then I also have the variants already. So now I have the full series. So that's a nice little gem. But yeah, so you being in streaming from your perspective as a small content creator, where do you, well, yeah. Okay. Okay. I know. Look, you know what? Small, up and coming. It doesn't matter. You're still growing. You're, you know, we all started there. I was a small streamer. Like if anybody gets offended by saying small streamer, look, suck it. Shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm just going to say, what'd you just do? Why are you bowing?
Drop something.
Oh, okay. So I was like, you're bowing to the small streamers? Okay, cool, sweet. I like it. I appreciate the support. That's awesome, DJ. But no, like, I was a small streamer. All of us were, you know, up and coming, whatever you want to call us. Like, you know, everything is politically correct. So, you know, people get offended by no matter what the fuck you say.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to be as positively reinforcing as I can, guy. Jesus.
Look, small, big, large, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we all get fucked. So, so I'm just saying in general, being a content creator, where do you feel in being new, 9 months, right? How do you feel the industry is? What is the pros and cons of being a up and coming streamer? What do you, because your community is growing and they're very supportive. I mean, they're over in my channel. They come in and show love all the time. They definitely supported out with my Bungie Foundation thing.
Yeah, they definitely. I had a lot of them.
A lot of people came over. A lot of people signed up for my Destiny clan, which is awesome. They're super crossover, which is awesome because most communities are not. Most communities, you go in and you even talk about your stream, and you get chastised. They're dickheads to you. I mean, me and DJ have experienced that numerous times. You even like go over and even talk about your stream. Oh, this isn't your stream. Stop self-promoting. It's like, dude, Jesus fuck, shut the fuck up. Like, we're not trying to do that. We're just talking about ourselves because you asked. Don't be a dick. Like, people are so, like, and there's a whole bunch of dilemma. But anyway, so where is your input? Where are you at with streaming? How do you feel? What is your progression? What do you think is your aspirations? And then also, I know this is a loaded question, but where do you think you're going to be at in a year?
Honestly, my goal, honestly, my aspirations, and I'm actually going to go back to what you said about talking about the stream and chat. Just a little pin in that. My goal is to be partnered by next TwitchCon. I know that's a crazy goal, and I know that's like really difficult to do. But I mean, like so far, like every goal that I've put for myself, I've gotten it. Yeah. And I think right now I'm just building a really wide base right now, like on the things I'm doing, getting my content creation correctly, getting all those things done first. But my goal is to make partner hopefully by TwitchCon next year. I mean, it's a big goal. It's a really big goal, and I know you know, but I'm hoping that with the next move I have in January, I have a couple things going on in January that I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to change things for me drastically. And so,
is there anything you can talk about?
Not yet.
Because the podcast would like to know. Don't you be hiding those secrets from us.
It's a potential sponsorship with someone that's pretty big. And it's the one that I've been really hyper focused on right now because I really want to work with them. And so I have a meeting with them on the 17th, I think, of January. And that's going to be like a really life-changing thing for me.
So being an up-and-coming streamer, have you ever had a sponsorship meeting?
Yes, I have.
Like for an actual paid gig?
Yes.
Okay, good. As long as you are aware, because I always like to give a little bit of advice because I am very anal retentive about people getting screwed over in this industry. I really don't like when people, and DJ knows this, a lot of people, because like if I know somebody who is going into a meeting or they're working with a sponsor and that sponsor is taking advantage of them, because look, dude, you got to know your value. You know what I mean? Whether you have 1,000 people or you have 100,000 people, you are promoting and marketing and putting their product in front of eyes that they did not have. And that is a value that every content creator needs to realize. And a lot of people are just so excited. They get like ramped up and they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I just really want to work with this company. Don't ever not know your value. And that's one thing that you always need to make sure that when you go into these meetings. One piece of advice that I'll give you and anybody who's watching this podcast, the standard going rate for any content creator is $1 per CCV. That's basically the baseline. So if you're averaging 200 people, it averages, like, especially when you're starting out, like $1 per CCV, but that's just for the baseline. Then you also get paid for marketing and advertisement, which if you're doing social media posts, you get paid for those. You make sure that you're getting paid for all of your your outreach, any other additional social media that they didn't ask for. Make sure you're asking for those as well, because every practice is different. TikTok gets paid differently. YouTube pays differently. Twitch pays differently. So just keep all those things in mind when you go into this meeting. And I wish you the best, and I hope it's amazing. I can't wait to hear about it. And, you know, because the whole reason why I do half the things that I do is for my community. Like I try to get I have the series of 5, and DJ knows this as well. Like, you know, peripherals, PC, video game company, you know, like any kind of like keyboard, mouse, hardware, stuff like that, and headset. Because then that way, if anybody comes into your channel, they get a discount, especially if they're starting new and they're an up and coming or they're new content creator. They get those discounts that we didn't have when we started, you know? And yeah, I may get paid for some of them. Some I don't. Some are just affiliate based, but don't ever just settle for affiliate. Know your worth. That's the advice that I'm giving to everybody.
I like that advice.
Yes.
It is a part. I'm trying to do partnerships, so hopefully it's a little bigger than that. But I mean, like I said, that's the. But I did want to go back to what you were talking about
DJ's like, which part? He doesn't shut the fuck up.
About talking on people's streams. I think something that I think a lot of people need to realize. I think if you're going to go into the Twitch streaming industry, if you're worried about someone coming into your stream and losing followers, you need to find a different profession, because like honestly, like if I was scared about somebody coming in that has more or less viewership than me, then that means they just found the spot that, like, a place that they actually can call home. Right now, like what I have right now is I have a lot of the same people that come in, and I have new people that come in. They'll leave one other person and go to another person. But you have to realize that there's so many people that I look at. I know it's gonna sound really weird, but I mean I look at Twitch as like almost like a pyramid scheme, where basically you have a lot of people that'll sit there and like, you know, you'll start from the top, and there's a bunch of streamers that are all kind of built below that. You know, you have the top streamers. They all have a bunch of other people below them. A lot of people disappear in the ranks, and then you can be that next person that comes up. I mean, that's just how I see it. And I'm not afraid to sit there and lose anyone, because I feel like there's so many people out there. There's I think 9 million people in.
Well,
in
they
Twitch
actually just released the stats on that. There's 11.3 billion accounts. 11.3 billion accounts on Twitch, but and I actually, you know, I'll actually pull up the stats because I actually have them here. But why I'm doing this, DJ, what, like, obviously me and DJ both came from Mixer. We were both partnered there. We had definitely a huge following over there.
Ironically, I was partnered on Twitch first.
Yeah.
And then I got,
Yeah. So what's your take on it? I mean, like, what's your take on it, DJ, as far as like up and coming? Any advice for him or any other content creators that are listening?
I will always say the same thing, and I've said this many, many different times. Authenticity bleeds through the screen. It bleeds through the mic. If you like what you're doing, that joy, that passion, that is going to be what comes through.
Yeah.
I have a steadfast rule. If it's not fun, I don't do it. Because if I'm not having fun, they're not having fun. So,
I mean, he does play Rainbow Six, so
I love Rainbow Six Siege, but that, and because I used to teach.
I know. I just like to bust your balls at least once every stream. That and your alert going up, boo doop, which it hasn't happened yet. So make sure you check your phone.
I turned my fucking ringer off.
Good. Proud of you.
So if you make sure that you're doing something that is unique to you, there's always going to be people that are going to look similar or whatever as far as formatting, design. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're you. Be you. But most importantly, if you can help it, don't get locked into a single game. I was, for a very long time, considered just a Halo streamer.
Yep.
And it took a bit for people to finally see me as something other than just the guy who shoutcasts Griffball and plays Halo. And I'll be honest, I love Halo, and I will continue shoutcasting Halo to the day I die. But
yep,
stepping outside my comfort zone was definitely necessary. I was an Xbox only. I was Xbox exclusive, and had a great relationship with them. I used to work for Microsoft, but once I jumped over to PC, I found a whole new world that I was much more proficient at and much more accurate with. Yeah. So for me, I migrated off, and now I don't play Xbox. I have one. I just don't ever use it because I'm so much worse.
Well, he also kind of put his foot down because we kind of got broken up with over a tweet.
Also that.
So you know, from Microsoft, and we lost our whole community, had to rebuild. So that also put a little bit of salt in the water. But yes, no, 100%, DJ.
And the number one thing when it comes to, and this is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know what you're going to say.
If you don't put people in positions where they can disappoint you, or where they can fail you, then they won't fail you.
Yep.
I think it's a great,
or you got really good friends that come in and stir the pot, because I am definitely that guy. Oh, I do not mind.
He's a pot stirrer.
Dude, I will tell you right now, and you'll learn this about me over time. Well, I mean, you probably already know this. I have no filter. I have none whatsoever. I don't give a shit what people think about me. The only people I care about is what my family and my close friends think about me. And that is a mentality you have to have in this industry. It's unfortunate, because what happens is if you're too fucking nice, people walk all over you. They fucking shit on you left and right in this industry. And I know that sounds very pessimistic, but it's just the fucking truth of it, because everybody is out for themselves. I have always been a true believer of, if you have a good group of people around you, that keeps spreading. It's like a virus, but in a positive way. It's like a symbiotic relationship. You know, you both benefit from it, you know? And to be honest with you, the host, like, I'm gonna go straight Venom Carnage here for a second, but I'm not gonna go Carnage because I'm not a serial killer. But Venom,
wow.
Like, I'm gonna put it in this perspective, right? We are the hosts, right? We're the guys that get in screen, we do everything else. But without our suit, which is our community, we ain't shit. We're just another fucking fleshy being out there that can get shot, killed, knocked down, beat up, sick, die, fucking have family problems. We're human just like everybody else, right? But our community is what makes us strong. And if you've got a strong, sensible, amazing group of mods, people that support you, and a big thing with like mods is like when you put them in positions of power, you give them that little fucking green sword. It goes to their fucking heads. They think that they are bigger and better than everybody else, and that's not the case. Mods are not there to be bigger and better than everybody else. They're there to protect and support the streamer and have their back at all times. And those type of things. What? Go ahead.
Everybody's relationship with their mods is different.
No, it's not. It's the same. So it's the same across the board. Mods are the same across the board. I will say this. I know you're going to fucking say this because of the situation you're in right now with your mods, but I'm going to say this right now. Every position with mods is the exact same. Different personalities, 100%, but modship is the same, universal across the board. Mods are there to protect, support, and back up the streamer. They would not be a mod without the host, without the streamer. And people are forgetting that. They would not be here. They would not be in a position of power or not be there unless the streamer put them there in the first place. And mods need to remember that they're there to support, back up. They're not just super followers that get power. They are there to back up the content creator. And I will stand by that till the day I die. There are people out there that stream for fun. Then you're not doing this as a business. You're not doing this. You are doing it because, okay, cool, I like to go live. I like to have fun. I like to play with my friends. All right, cool. That's great. If you want to do that, that's fine. But the people who take this seriously and run this as a business and need that support and need that backup. And a lot of people, the first auto response every fucking time, I don't get paid. I'm a fucking volunteer. I'm a... And I'm just going to say this right now. None of that shit, you wouldn't even be in the position if the streamer did not put you there. I don't care how long of a friend you are with them or what you have going on in your life, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you are too busy to be a mod, do the responsible thing, step down, become a viewer, and be there and support the person. You were there to be their support, not there to be a burden. If you were there and you are causing problems and stress and pissing people off, then you don't need to be a mod. You're supposed to be there in an all positive manner. The streamer should never get upset or ask where people are at, or because you are excited to be there for them. It should never be a burden. When it's a burden, kick rocks. Get the fuck out. And that's the way I look at it. And a lot of people are like, dude, that's harsh. But guess what? I have one of the best mod teams in the industry. And I will tell you right now, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, supporting people is what we're here for. I wouldn't be able to raise $1 billion or $1 million in charity without my mod support and them being there. I wouldn't have everything that I have. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. A lot of our mods are fantastic. They're amazing. They're like the best. And we have those super mods that go above and beyond. And then you have the mods that don't do shit. And it's just, that's just streaming. It's just the way it is. And you keep them around because they're your friends and, you know, whatever. And I get that. There's always that build. Everybody has that relationship with mods. I have mods that don't do stuff too. And they know that because I tell them. I'm like, where the fuck are you? Like, what's going on? And they're like, but when a mod comes back to you and goes, I don't get paid to do this. I do this because I'm here for DJ. Then you're not here for DJ. You're not here for Drake. You're not here for Military Man. You're not here for any content creator. You're here for your own selfish reasons. And you're here because it gets your rocks off for 5 seconds because you have a sword next to your name. And you don't need to be in power. And that's where I stand with it. All right. Anyway, but sorry, DJ. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I literally had to put my foot down on that. And I'm saying it on the podcast. And it may piss people off. But I don't give a fuck because it's the truth. And I'm a pot stirrer. Did I mention that?
Yes.
Woo!
So, well, I want to get back to Military Man. You know, our guest on the show, who we're supposed to be interviewing.
Yes.
So, what are some of the first goals that you managed to achieve or reach with your stream that were truly celebratory for you, that kind of opened that door up to understand that this is something you want to go forward with?
I think by TwitchCon, I wanted to reach a certain number of followership. I mean, obviously viewership, I wanted my average to be at a certain point, but I also, you know, I know that you could easily get followers. It's really easy to get followers in certain aspects, you know, with like building your initial channel. But I wanted to reach a certain level because I wanted to at least have a little bit to show how hard I've worked. So that way, if I approach the Lost Drake, it doesn't look like I'm just like trying to sit there and just, you know, ride off of anybody. Like all my hard work is just like actual hard work. I actually, you know, one thing I will say, like, I didn't expect it to be this difficult. However, I took the challenge on head on. And when I started realizing how much work needed to be put into it, I started understanding that Twitch is a business. It's like, if people that say it's for fun and that are affiliate, if it's just for fun for you, then if money doesn't matter to you, then take off the affiliate status.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I feel like people
say that as like a sympathy play.
Right.
So just so they can make money. Yeah. I didn't do this for the money, because that's what people want to hear.
It's a business. You're building up all 5 social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you know what I mean, YouTube, and you're building a base. If you're not, like, I have people come to my stream all the time and ask me like, oh, like, why aren't I getting followers? Why aren't people watching me? And I'm like, well, let me go to your About Me section. It's not even filled out. Yeah, you know, I'm like, how am I?
You don't have any panels. You don't have a schedule. You don't have any marketing. No branding. No logo. You bought some logo off of fucking Fiverr for $4. Because they got
no
a
one's gonna
discount
take you
code on the
seriously.
$5 because it was too expensive.
Yeah, like but nobody's gonna take you seriously. Like I'm not gonna take you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna take, if you're gonna come to me and say, "Oh, I want you to shout me out," and like, what? That's another thing too. But like,
Yeah. By the way, too, to answer your question too, 11 million new streamers this year, 21 billion watch hours, 223 categories of video games, 48 billion chat messages, 1 million unique tags, and 788 million hours watched. So there's the stats. I got it up there for you.
That's actually pretty good.
That's 2022.
But I mean, like I had people come to me and tell me, "Hey, can you not stream at this time because when you stream at this time, I get lower followership." And I'm like, "No."
What?
But I mean, yeah, that's a real thing. That like I've had the weirdest things that have happened to me as like a early.
Wait, you have people come into your stream and say that to you, or did they say it
message
offline?
me personally.
Oh my god! Well, even that's
right
fucked, dude. That's fucked.
Yeah.
No, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, dude. If people are doing that, they're there to use you, and that's the part that sucks about this industry is that like literally. Like, oh man, that hurts my soul that people are doing that to you because that should not be a thing.
Let's back up. I want to know how you handled it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, respectfully, I said I'm doing what I want. You know what I mean? If like there's so many people that are on. I was like, if me being on at the same time as you is affecting your viewership, then you probably need to start doing something else. I was like, because if you're worried about that, that should be the last of your concerns. There's so many, there's billions of people, there's millions of people on Twitch. I was like, if you can't get a couple of viewers on your own, like organically, which is very possible to do, either you're doing something wrong, or you need to change how your approach is, what your approach is, how your personality is on stream, or whatever it is that you need to do.
So I have a double question for both of you. So. Obviously, it's a little bit different for me and DJ, but because we've gone through this twice. But on the road to partnership, right? DJ, I know when I was going for partnership, how supportive people were. And the second that I got my check mark, people shit on me and bounced. Because I was better than them. Because I had a check mark. I had that happen a lot. I had a lot of people dip, close mods, close friends, people that were there every fucking day. They rode that glory train to partnership. And then the second that I got partnership, everybody started treating me differently. That one little pink or little purple check mark next to my name or blue on Mixer. The second I got that, it totally changed for me. DJ, was your experience the same?
No. No, I pretty much everybody that I had as a mod already were there.
I'm not saying mods. I'm not saying mods. I'm saying community.
It didn't really. The fall off did not start happening until
came back
Twitch.
to Twitch.
Like
the second time when you came back.
Yeah, when we came back the second time, after Mixer closed, I came over here, and because it's so easy to. And this is not a drag on anybody because I fully support everybody chasing their dream.
Yeah,
and I'm not bothered. But I mean, I'm sad, but I'm not bothered by it.
Yeah.
A lot of people realize, hey, it is very easy
to get affiliate here.
So why not try it and jump on it? It was more difficult to create a revenue stream on Mixer unless you were a partner. Now, granted, there's everything from Patreon to tips or your PayPal pay code, whatever.
Well, wasn't the requirement for affiliate on Mixer didn't you have to have a minimum of 750 followers?
You had to, their guide was a little bit higher.
It was way higher.
Brow.
So not everybody was an affiliate or a partner. Partner was really hard on Mixer.
Yeah, and
very hard.
So, but the only thing that I noticed was that people loved seeing what I was doing, and they wanted to try and get into it. Some of them are still streaming. Others of them have stopped streaming and are still in the community. I have had some that have disappeared, and that's life. That's life. You get jobs. You get.
Not everybody wants to sit around and watch our ass stream every day.
Right.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. I assume at any given point that I'm going to be, that my relevance will be limited. But at the same time, I don't care because this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is my joy. This is my dream job. And in my opinion, I'm decent at it.
Yeah. You are good at it. And I'm glad, and even that, like, you know, like what he was saying too about the variety of games. You know, a lot of people say this, and this is all big streamers, I swear to God, that say this. Play one game, be good at one game, focus on one game, because that's how you build a community. Because because here's the thing, right?
That may work for them.
May work for them, but not for you. And then also too, a lot of people set this precedent on themselves that, oh, I want to be Ninja. Oh, I want to be Tim the Tap Man. Oh, I want to be this. Oh, I want to be Doc. And they try to like be them. Nobody wants to see two of the same people. Be yourself. Be who you are. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like, you know, everybody knows that I'm the foul-mouthed vet that fucking does not give a shit what people think about him. And you know what? The only time that it ever affected me is when I got doxxed and it threatened my family. That's the only time that I really got affected by this shit. And DJ knows because he was there when it all happened. And I was a hot mess. Me and my wife were. And I have a daughter. So I had to worry about crazy fucking people on the internet because we all know they're out there. There are people that go out there and just literally try to stir the shit, and they're just crazy. I mean, they're the carnages of the world, you know. Yeah. They're just there to cause chaos. And yeah, so and DJ, I mean, and military. So let me ask you this, because we're all in different places, right? My stream has definitely dipped over this last couple months, but it's been great too. It has an equal balance, right? I was averaging 600 plus people. Now I'm averaging about 200 to 300. Obviously a much different situation than DJ and you. But everybody's problems are different, right? As a content creator. And my biggest problem is that the discoverability to continue to grow when you get bigger is much harder than when it was smaller. Because everybody initially, and that's what I was trying to say, DJ, is like when we were smaller, our growth level and the way that we were elevating was so much quicker. And then once we got to a certain point, it started to flatline, and we had to go way extra outside of our normal range of marketing to bring new people in. Whether it was giveaways or, you know, being people in person, paying thousands of dollars to go to these events, which is a must if you want to evolve your streaming career. Absolutely. You have to go to TwitchCon. You have to go to PAX. You have to go to fucking E3. E3, and still, in my opinion, is our golden child. That is the main event. That is the event where you meet all the devs and you get the most discoverability out of anywhere, because you have, now it's open to the general public, but I haven't
gotten my E3 information yet.
None of us have. None of us have. Okay. I don't think it's going available until February. And then that in itself, it's $6,000 to stay for the 10 days that we got to fucking stay there. So you know, so you group up with people and you go into Airbnbs and you really start to, because one of my friends, my IRL friend, said something to me just recently. I just had a longtime community member who actually moved to Arizona because of me. Moved here. And Zeke, you know Zeke, he's a powerhouse. I'm not going to say the other person's name, but Zeke is a powerhouse. Dude, that guy is a god in himself. I can't even begin. He has saved DJ's ass, my ass, numerous other content creators. He's just such a blessing in this content. He's such a giving person. He's such a nice person. And he lives across the street from me now. Well, one of these other people, he was also a mod for me as well, moved across the street. And one of my IRL friends that I've known for 18 plus years literally looks at me and he goes, man, that's crazy, because he knows nothing about streaming or anything. He actually is an owner of a taco shop and doing really successful, and he's kicking ass. And he just goes, well, how well do you know these people? Well, I've known him online for like, he goes, no. How well do you know him? Have you hung out with him? Have you been it? And he goes, dude, it's like a relationship.
Yep.
If you have not been around that person, you just move right in with them, you're going to break up. It rarely ever happens that you stay together with that person you never knew that much and then you move in, because then you find out who that person really is. Oh man, they annoy me. They don't do the dishes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? In a relationship standpoint, but also on the flip side, we found out what this person was, and he is no longer part of our community. He's been in my community for 6.5 years. Blocked all of us, left. Nobody even knows where he's at. And he's still here in Arizona somewhere. And those type of things, right? such a strong bond can be broken if you finally get to know people. And that's why these interactions at TwitchCon and E3 and PAX and all these, you get to meet the people of your community. You get to find out, especially when you stay in an Airbnb with them for a week. Like those type of things, you start to learn about these people. And I think just ultimately at the end of the day, like you can talk to somebody all day online, but until you actually meet them in person. And a lot of these people are catfish. Like I know people in my community right now that say they're one person, and I've actually found them on Facebook, and I'm like, you are not that person. What the fuck? But you know what though? They're supportive. They back me up. If they want to live this weird secret lie online, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But it is weird. It is weird. This internet is weird.
Yeah. On a side note, one of the other things to consider when it comes to streaming is whether or not you are going for the entertainment value or personality.
Yep.
And they are two very different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you are going for entertainment value, that it oftentimes means you're creating a character specifically for the purpose of streaming.
Would you say it's 3 though? Would you say it's like esports, personality, and then because esports is a whole different breed of people.
I agree.
Esports is
it's a whole nother breed.
That's its own separate category. That's like the top 1% of the 1%.
Gamers
or esports.
And they get follows just because they're good at video games, and that's the only reason.
Shroud, Shroud is like one of those people.
Yeah,
but like
because his personality sucks. I will just say that.
Dr. Disrespect. Guy as a person outside of Dr. Disrespect is a wonderfully nice individual. Doc Disrespect is Dr. Disrespect. Mm-hmm. And it's a personality. It's his online persona.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for that kind of entertainment and that kind of success. And he leans into that personality and never lets up. And it's fucking
unless
incredible.
It's talking about his mom. Then he breaks.
Yeah, and then everything's like, he
all
breaks. Zeros out for mom.
Loses everything. Yeah.
But esports obviously doing another thing. The other side of it is engaging with people in a way that they are going to not only continue to support, but they're going to advocate for your channel's evolution.
Yep.
As it evolves, they're going to be there for that. And I think that going back to that statement about authenticity, being genuine as much as possible, while may make you vulnerable, in the long run, that is better to have in place than not.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. And that's kind of like how I try to run my stream.
Yeah,
as best as I can.
Yeah, it's like me too. Like I'm so blunt. I am so blunt. I'm so blunt, but I do care. I really do care.
I believe that.
That's the difference. A lot of people see me being a blunt asshole and they're like, "Oh, this guy's a dick," and they'll bounce before they get to know me, and that's my biggest flaw. I know it is because like when people come to my channel, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole, but I like you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And people, especially sensitive people, they don't take well to me. They don't. They're like, oh my God, he's attacking me. Oh my God, he's fucking super aggressive. And I'm really not. I'm actually like one of the nicest fucking people if you get to know me. And I will give the shirt off my back. I could be broke and I'll give you $50 if it will help you benefit because I know me. And if I gave that $50, I'm going to go out there and hustle and fucking make 100. So I get my $50 back. That person's good. And I have $50 in my bank account. Like that's just the way I am, and a lot of people, they'll come in the channel and they'll see me abrasive or like I get mad. I definitely rage at Destiny raids. There's no doubt about that. That fucking shit pisses me off. But just in general, like, my love and passion for video games shows, especially when it comes to Destiny, because that's the reason why I got into streaming. I went to E3. That's how it all started. That's how I met Beam and the Mixer group, and ultimately when it comes down to it, everybody has their starting story. Everybody starts for a reason. And I think too, like even with your community, like, most people, and this is a big thing for me. That check mark is a fucking curse. I hate it. I wish I could have all the perks of it.
It puts a target on your back.
But it puts a target on your back because people immediately think that you're better than them. They also are afraid to talk to you because you're a partner. oh, you're a big shot. Because when you're like, oh, Drake's a partner, fucking, he's so cool. Like, you say shit like that, and I fucking hate it. And it's nothing personal against you, but it's the fucking truth. I hate it because I don't want to be introduced as a partner. I want to be introduced as Drake, like the guy that fucking everybody knows and games with and has fun and, you know, does stupid raps and does whatever, right? And by the way, my raps have been really good lately. I've been liking them.
Yeah,
not to self-plug, but I've been having fun with it.
You did a hate rap on me.
I did a hate rap on you. But
Oh
yeah,
my God.
well, because no, this motherfucker, by the way, all right, now you got me on a tangent. So he fucking raids me.
Thought you were on a tangent?
No, yo, shut fuck up. That's why it's called partner distraction. All right, so ADHD at its best. But no, literally this motherfucker, right? He straight up raids me. And he says like, hey, what's up, Drake? And I'm like, all right, let me rap. So I do this nice, like, welcoming rap, introducing his whole community, supporting him, saying how awesome he is, his whole fucking community. And he goes, oh, sorry, I had to step away. I just came back. I'm like, you motherfucker. So I did a hate raid rap on him, and I just tore him apart. It was pretty funny, though, because everybody's like, God damn it, Drake. And then a bunch of clips were made and stuff. But, you know, ultimately, though, that type of stuff, though, it's like, I appreciate every single person that comes on my channel. It doesn't matter if it's one person or it's 5,000. Like, I've been rated by Jeff G, you know, and he came in with 21,000 people and broke everything in my fucking channel, you know, and those type, and they all spoke Spanish, or they were from Chile, or they were from Guatemala, and none of them spoke English. And I actually had this is fucking a true story. Rated me, and then my mods came in who spoke Spanish and translated for me live on stream, and was saying everything I was saying to them, so that way they felt welcome. And I still have
chaos is my godsend.
Oh God, like, and cool. I hate that I'm not bilingual. I hate it. I took Spanish for 4 years. I was fluent as shit, and now I don't know shit.
I speak English, Gucci, and Queen.
God damn it.
No, but yeah, no.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
yeah.
honestly, like,
great,
I'm a
man.
person. I don't give a shit about the check mark. I did this because I enjoy video games. I enjoy Destiny, and you know what he was saying too about pigeonholing yourself in one game type. Because I saw you playing High on Life, and you were having a blast with it, but your numbers were lower. And you know, I look at stuff like that. But you know, that's the part that sucks, because like, I have Mr. Blake, Mr. Blakers. His girlfriend works in the gaming industry, and she is so supportive of him. She lives up in Canada. She drives down to Canada, from Canada down to him all the time. And now that they opened up the border, he goes up there too. But like those type of things, right? Like, they have all this support structure. But the second that he switches from Destiny, which he's been hating lately because multiplayer is a mess, but he's pigeonholed himself because he's a service streamer. He would literally do raffles for people to come in, and he would run them through and get their flawless raid cards and everything else. And he's great at Destiny. But the second he switches games, he plays Call of Duty or anything else, he'll go on an average of 60 to 80 down to 20. And that is what you never want to do. And we had conversations about that too. And he's like, dude, I don't even care if my numbers dip anymore. He's like, I was so worried about my numbers and everything else, but I got to play something else for my own mental health. And I think mental health in this industry is so underrated. So many people, oh, you're just being dramatic. Oh, but when you live, like, I know you still have a day job, but when you get to that point where like me and DJ are at, if you don't make money, you're fucked. Like, you can't pay your electricity bill. You can't pay for food. And when you have a 14-year-old daughter, you have 2 giant-ass Great Danes that probably eat 500 pounds of dog food every month.
Yeah.
That shit ain't cheap, you know? And then I also have a wife, and she's expensive. And so, you know, at the end of the day, I just bought her Michael Kors purse for Christmas. I had to put it on my credit card, and I'm still like...
So one thing I will say though about that, and that's one thing, listening to you, but like talk about that a lot, because you talked about that a lot on stream. I do have people, obviously, like YouTube streamers.
Yeah. You have a lot of big people that support you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to give them a shout out, you're more than welcome to.
Nico Knows Tech, Chris Netzel Gaming. He's a huge TikToker, 83,000 followers. Leon Hart, he opens Pokemon cards up for a living. That's all he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's huge. He has like 4 million subscribers or something like that on YouTube.
Yep.
I have a lot of, it's weird. I do have, and one thing that a lot of them, especially Nico Knows Tech, he's gone over the sponsorship thing with me. He kind of took me under his wing and helped me with all that. He's the one that like told me that, you know, most of your revenue needs to come from sponsorship. And that's how he does his thing. That's how he says 70% of your revenue needs to come from sponsorships and 30% needs to come from your Twitch streaming. And so I've taken that really to heart because like he's like that way you're not, you know, you had that consistent revenue and then the 30% is just whatever you make on top of that. And but because he does tech reviews and he gets, you know, he does, you know, like he's the one that showed me about the OzBot. He's the one that talked to me about headsets that are better than gaming headsets that are up and coming people that, you know, tech people, like ways to save money, things like that. He goes over all these things with me and kind of preps me for, you know, like he's gone over it's nice having guys like you like in my corner because I could come to you guys about these things and talk to you guys about these meetings beforehand. He's done a lot of that prep work with me we go over it like every week. Like that way he's like, hey, you know what? This is what, if you get this sponsorship, you need to talk about this. If you do this, you need to, like, and he explains these things to me because he gets so many different people wanting to have him review stuff. It's been one of those things that he's just so used to it. It's second nature for him.
Yeah, and that's the type of stuff too that like is great about you that, you know, and I don't want you to ever think this way. Like if you're teaming up and you're collabing with people, don't ever think that you're using us, especially if we're bigger, because you kind of said that the other day and I was like, I wanted to punch you right in the jaw. I literally like, you know, because at the end of the day, like, look guys, no matter what size you are, we all benefit from one another because here's the thing, right? And I told you this before. You coming on this podcast, speaking your voice, telling your side of the story as an up-and-coming streamer, you know, that inspires other people. You know, DJ has, you know, been trying to build his community back up since Mixer crashed. I've been trying to build mine up, and I have been hit or miss. And a lot of people look at me and be like, oh, you have 53,000 followers. You're not fucking small. Shut the fuck up. I get a lot of that hate mail. I do. I get a lot of it. But you know what, though? I delete it and I move on. Because I have people that come in all the time and accuse me of view botting and follow botting and fucking, oh, nobody talks in your channel. Well, dude, it's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I streamed for 23 hours. No mod is going to be in my channel for 23 hours. I mean, sometimes they are. They're fucking crazy. But they cycle. You know, they cycle. They have schedules. They make... If I go crazy and I'm like, hey, guys, I'll message them in my mod chat and be like, hey, like, shit's going to be crazy tonight. Like, we're raising money for charity. I want to go a little extra. They're like, oh, no worries. And then they'll take naps and they'll cycle. And they do that all on their own. I don't have to talk to them other than just tell them what I'm doing. And that is the kind of mod relationship that everybody should have, is that they're there for you. No matter what. Yeah. No matter what the fuck crazy, stupid shit I do, they're there for me. And everybody has to build that relationship and everybody has to, but I will tell you, it has not been easy. I have probably easily gone over 200 mods since I've started in 6 years. Easily. I averaged when I was a mixer 40 to 60 mods at a time. And I used that, and I'm not going to lie, and they know this, I used it as a number base. They were my number base. But then also you got people that come in and go, all I see is a mod wall.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. They're here and they're hanging out. If you're worried about a mod wall, then you're worried about the wrong things. Be here, hang out. They're all awesome. Just because they have a sword next to their name.
I don't understand like why people get so like upset about those types of things. Like to me, I think like honestly I think the content creation is really what you should be going to Twitch streamers for. And that's like worrying about like the little things, even if, and obviously I've even been accused of the whole view botting thing as well. Yeah. Even with my little measly, like
we've all been view botted. That's the funny thing. That's the fucking common misconception. All of us have been view botted. All of us have been follow botted. All of us have been fucking hazed and harassed and trolled and fucking, I mean, DJ being part of the LGBTQ+, he gets hate raids because he's gay. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well,
who gives a shit?
Hold on. They can try.
Well, they can
but
try.
My mods are
but
fucking
yeah,
gangsters.
he fucking
They
shuts
are.
them down. Yeah.
My
Doc will shut them down quick.
I'm very fortunate to have a lot of. The minute shit goes sideways, everything locks down.
Yeah.
I just sit there and giggle because I'm like, first of all, don't fucking troll a troll, kid. Second of all, congratulations. This is why you're going to the 4th grade for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And most of the time, that's the sad part too. It is a lot of, a lot of people say it's kids, but a lot of time it's like people who are,
shitty adults.
And I hate that I'm even referencing this, and my wife is gonna fucking love me for this, and I'm sure DJ is gonna laugh at this, but I'm gonna reference Glee. Yes, Glee.
The show?
The show, yes. Because Nay's been watching it, and I walked by, and I've been watching episodes, and there was this one episode specifically that I can kind of understand and relate to, because the only reason why I watch that show is because the PE teacher, the chick who played the aggressive one that just makes fun of his hair all day. I can't think of what her name is. She's fucking awesome. But that's the only reason why I would stop at it. Her insults were fucking hilarious. But there was one specific episode though where it had to do with bullying and trolling. And it had to do with and I don't remember his name, but he was one of the only gay members of Glee. And he's the one that's always like super fancy, and he ends up dating. Well, he ends up getting pissed off at Flash and all that shit because his boyfriend, whatever. So anyway, but there was this episode specifically where, there was a bully that would make fun of him and literally threaten his life and say he was going to kill him if he said anything and all this shit. And he was fearing for his life, so he moved schools. And then come to find out that kid that was bullying him actually was gay. Mm-hmm. And he was attacking him and making him feel like shit because he didn't know how to have an outlet. There are a lot of people out there that are like that, and not even just in the gay community, but also just people in general that don't have a home or don't have a place to go, or they were treated like shit, or maybe they did deal with domestic violence, or maybe they're going through PTSD, because I know a lot of military members that lash out and fucking run their mouth and just be complete assholes for no reason. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, that's you, Drake. Besides that. But I'm just saying, like, womp, womp, womp. Yeah, exactly. But no, but like legitimately have problems and they have no other way to express it. We are not guidance counselors. We don't have a degree. We don't know what to say. Grief dumping needs to stop. But there are places that you can handle that. There are numbers, there's suicide hotlines, there's, emotional support. But this community, the Twitch streaming gaming community, is a bunch of fucked up individuals. We all have mental problems. We all do. Every one of us. If you are a content creator, you have a mental problem. And I'm going to say why. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I know, but I'm going to say this in different aspects. And I'm going to say why. Because maybe not even like an actual physical or mental disability. I'm saying we end up developing them because we are beat up, we're bashed, we're treated like shit, and we have moments where we feel like we are nothing. And all we care about is bringing happiness and playing video games and hanging out with our families and our friends and our community and our mods. And when we come in and there's toxic bullshit happening.
Listen,
I mean, DJ, happens, put your input. You definitely, we both have dealt with this. And
I would say that there is a heavy emotional and psychological strain that is involved when you're managing a community of people and trying to create boundaries while also ensuring that you are protecting those people who are willing to spend their time in your channel, in your community, supporting your channel, supporting your community. And the grief dumping that's a whole nightmare situation, and it drives me nuts. It happens on Twitter.
I saw that. I know you're talking about.
I saw that video.
I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with
I actually saw that because
Tink
actually reposted that and was like, what in the actual fuck? Like she literally came in. He's like, how's your day? I remember that whole video. How was your day? Oh. Well, my mom passed away, but I'm doing okay. Like, saying that was strong enough to even openly admit that. And grief dumping, when I say grief dumping, it's like you're the same fucking person that comes in and you have an ailment every fucking day. Every day.
Birthday. And this dude drops 3 paragraphs in chat. I'm like, are you serious right now? And I just basically glossed over and was like, well, that's unfortunate. What?
I'm sorry, DJ. I'll stop doing it. I was emotional that day.
See, with me, I redirect. I just redirect as hey, move. We can talk in Discord, or like I have a stack up, or I'll
do that
suggest
too.
certain things.
We do that too, but
I redirect.
But when you do it for 6 years, it does start to get under your skin. You get what I'm saying? Like we've been doing it for a lot longer, but dude, I watch your streams. I do. I've been in your streams. I've watched your streams. You handle the misdirect, and you will get that negative shit out of your chat. And also too, like all of us, every single one of us, DJ has it, you have it, I have it. We all have spots where people can go in there and grief dump. And even if they are just trying to get attention, because there are people out there that unfortunately do that. They come in every day, they have something wrong, they've broken a bone, they're fucking, dude, I have one specific person in my community. Every fucking day. Car stolen, fucking house was broken into, fucking they got stabbed in the eye with a pencil, and I'm not joking, really fucking happened. Fucking they shit their pants because they have IBS. One of the other ones, one of the big ones, they came in, this is something you don't joke about. I just went to the doctor, found out I have cancer. So immediately, because I've had people that pass away from cancer, I know people literally came in, said they have cancer, then comes back 2 weeks later and says, and I shit you not, oh, they mixed up my charts, but they found out that I have pancreatic disease. And then 2 weeks later, oh, they found out it wasn't that. I just have diabetes. And it's, dude, every day. It's fucking, dude, it's just like it doesn't even make fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. That is grief dumping. That, and you know what? Here's the thing too. If you do have something traumatic happen in your life, like your family, siblings, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, grandparents that you idolized, loved, a child passes away. Those are things that we cannot help you with. You need to go get help. You need to go to a licensed professional, a psychologist, and go get help. And we can gladly look those things up for you and help you when we have free time. But going into somebody's channel and doing that live to try to, because I know people do it to feel better. I know people don't, like me, when bad stuff happens, I'm weird. I don't even talk about it. I only talk to my close friends, and I pretend like nothing's wrong, and I move forward, and I emotionally absorb it, which is not healthy either. But I do that. I store it all away and say, I'm going to fucking handle it myself. And then, then it takes that one person that fucking trolls me the wrong way, and I'm like, boom, and I blow up, and then they're like, what the fuck, dude? That was so dramatic. Why did you do that? But that's what I'm saying. We all have our own mental capacity, and everybody treats things differently. So if you guys are drama dumping, if you guys are doing those things, if you guys need help, please ask us 100%. Be like, you know what? If you came into chat and said, hey, I'm going through a lot of shit, is there a place that I can get help? That's the correct answer. And then we can gladly help you. I'll Google search it. I will stop my stream right there and be like, hey, I don't know what's going on with you. If you want to DM me the details, I will gladly try to get you to the best place I can. But again, I'm not licensed. I'm not a professional. I'm just an asshole with a controller trying to play video games.
Yep, I have it on a command for mental health resources.
Yeah, I do too now.
Straight links.
Yep. I used to have it, but then people started spamming it, so I took it out. So I just have it as a mod-only command.
All of my commands are on mod only.
Oh.
I feel like I'm
too generous.
Things really early. So as a newer streamer, I've experienced a lot in a very short amount of time. So I've done a lot of these.
You're absorbing different aspects of it.
At a very high increased amount. Like I've already lost friends over this, just streaming. I had somebody that was coming in every
Now, when you say friends, let me ask you this: are these people that you met through your community, or are these actual physical friends that you know?
People that I played with for years. that you know what I mean, that I
had a lot of
literally
people like that fell off right when I first
and
started.
so and then I've had people come in and say, oh yeah, you know, I can't make rent, and it's always like a monthly thing. And like I had somebody explode on my Discord saying that, you know, I thought this place was to help you know, other streamers, out, and I have rent to make, I have a phone bill, and no one's sitting there subscribing to
some
my
weird
channel.
people in your community, man.
Bro, but what I'm saying though is that I experienced a very
just some weird questions. I have never been heard that shit.
I'm serious. I screenshot and everything, because I
Well,
honestly thought that like, you know, like it's one of those things that like I just never thought I'd ever experienced, like, you know what I mean? And I've heard that people have experienced things like this. You know what I mean? But like way later, like when they're already partnered, or when they're already like, you know, at a certain level. So I mean, like that's happened to me a couple times now. That
well,
like
people are always harsh on things that they don't have, and they lash out because they're jealous. And jealousy is a big thing in this industry. It is the number one emotion in this industry. I have met people that I have gamed with. They come in, dude, it's sad. It's sad that it's to that point, but you know what though? Like, fuck, the human race is like that in general. Why would you expect any difference in streaming? You know what I mean? It's the only reason why we see it more is because we're in a live platform space where anybody from anywhere in the world can come in, and they may not know our personality. They may not know us, or, you know, they may be, some kid that happened to get an iPhone for the first time and loaded in and is like, man, I really appreciate this guy. I actually had a moment where I actually kind of teared up, and I had to like kind of turn my head, because I don't like crying on stream, and I really don't. I don't like crying in general, but just in general, they typed in general. They typed in general, and they go, hey, you know, I know I've been a longtime supporter, and this kid is 16 years old. He goes, I know that I am been a longtime supporter, and technically TOS based, you know, you have to be 17, but you can have younger kids on there if they have parent consent, blah, 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 blah. And his parents actually came in and allowed him to be there with my cussing and my voice and everything else. So I literally was like, what's going on, man? And he goes, dude, I got a job. I'm like, awesome. That's great. He goes, yeah, my mom and dad want me to get a job, and they want me to start paying for my own phone bill and start learning responsibility. I go, dude, that's awesome. My daughter does the same thing. She gets an allowance. She does chores. And then when she turns 16, she's definitely going to get a job, because you need to learn those things. She's going to learn about credit, which my parents never did, and that's why I had such a horrible start. But like those type of things. And he came in, and 2 weeks later, he got his first paycheck. He comes in the channel, and he drops a sub. And his words, literally, God, I'm going to tear up just talking about it. Literally, his words meant more to me than half the dribble that goes in our chat. But he literally fucking goes, I've been looking up to you. He goes, I play video games. You've always helped me. Like, I look up to you and what you do, and you've always made this my home when I don't have friends at school. Oh, I'm trying not to cry right now. And he goes, me and my friends, we come in and we watch you to get away from the shit at school. And I wanted to pay it back to show my support, because Zeke gifted me a sub for a whole year. So I'm going to give some of my money back to the community, because without them, I wouldn't be able to make it through. And I was like, wow, like it. And I had to turn around and actually like right now I'm tearing up, and I don't want to, but I'm just saying, like, that shit is why I do this. Because if you can give somebody a home and make them feel loved and give them a place to escape when shit's bad. I didn't have that we didn't have this when we were kids.
Yeah.
None of us did. We didn't have Twitch. We didn't have we served in the military from, I was in from 2000 to 2008. My life was military. We had fucking Razor flip phones, and those were cool. Sidekicks. You know what I mean? I was overseas fighting wars when I was in the 90s, internet was just first starting to come out, and we had, Mom, get off the phone, I'm playing Diablo. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it wasn't Minecraft back then. It wasn't any of the shit. So, like, we didn't have those things. It was single-player games. You beat the game, or your mom unplugged it because you didn't do your chores. Like, or the foundation, we as a generation have built this gaming community. That's why I take so much pride in it, because I've been playing since Atari. And so having all that and having an emotional story like that, that is why I do this. Granted, I love doing it. Yes, I love making money. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to fucking go to work and make money? When I work 20 hours and I don't get a single sub, of course I'm going to be upset. Nobody's going to go to work 20 hours and not make $1. You know what I mean? And anybody that gets mad for content creators asking for subs or bits or trying to support their livelihood, if you think your life is more important than the people that go live every day changing people's lives or raising money for charity, you need to look at yourself in the fucking mirror and go, I am not better than DJ, than Drake, than XMilitaryMan, anybody else here on this platform. And that in itself is something that needs to be spread. That is the word that needs to be told. That is what everybody needs to listen to this and go, fuck, he's right. Because honestly, all of us, we all work our ass off. We all do different aspects of job. You may think we play video games. Oh my God, that's the coolest thing. I want to do that. It's not easy. It's not easy by any means. And when we get to the end of the month and we don't have a paycheck because we didn't hit goals, but yet we have people pissed because we're asking for subs and we sound like strippers up on a stage trying to get dollar bills.
Listen,
we got to pay fucking our college tuition, man. Daddy issues. We got problems. All right? And me and DJ both have daddy issues, so that actually is relevant.
I mean,
so military does too. Look, we're all strippers here, okay?
Yep.
God damn it. And I'm in hot guy winter now because I just lost 50 pounds as of yesterday. Boom.
Nice, dude.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I look good, god damn it, and I'm proud of it. I almost lost my dad gut. I tried to do fat belly because I used to do that all the time where I pushed my belly out so it looked like I was pregnant. And I'd be like, God damn, I'm fat. And now I can't do it. It's gone. It's happy.
Well, good for you.
I'm not pregnant anymore. Aren't you proud?
Jesus.
But yeah, no. So this week, we'll totally, I know that was like an emotional story and I talk too much and blah, 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 blah. DJ, what do you got planned this week? What are you doing for video games? What is your game plan this week?
I am on my final push to try and hit 500 subs, but I've been working trying to.
Where are you at right now?
325.
Guys, all right, everybody listening right now, fucking drop subs on him this week. All right.
Aww.
If he don't want to ask, I'll ask. Fucking everybody drop subs on him because if he hits 500, that's his goal.
Well, if I hit 500, I'm giving away the League of Legends Special Edition keyboard from Logitech. I told everybody I would sing White Christmas on stream, and I don't sing on stream ever.
He has a background, by the way. That's why everybody asked for him, because he used to dance as well.
Yep, used to dance, used to sing.
That's why him and my wife get along so well, and I don't, because I hate musicals and Broadway shows. I hate all that shit, but they love it, so they go on like this whole rant and start talking about it.
So if I have managed to narrow down the big fucking issue with this laptop, then I'm going to do some more DJ sets, obviously, and try and test it out. But I've got a 7-day final run for my booster for Siege. I'm going to be definitely playing some Fortnite.
Yep.
One of our community members, Scale, got Dying Light 2, so I want to get in with him. And
the guy that was holding the package in Fortnite, by the way? You know, the one that was huddling the package?
Yeah.
Yesterday, he
moved into the middle of the room.
Yeah, but now you can actually open that package and you get him, and then he starts playing video games on the couch now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to do that. I want to do that on stream.
Yeah, so, definitely. Well, this will go after you go live, so you're fine.
Okay. Perfect. I'm so glad.
Spoilers!
Other than that, it's just, other than that, that's just having fun. Getting there, hanging out. I
catching up on shows?
What do you mean?
Like, have you caught up on any shows that you've been meaning to watch? Because I know you're a little behind on a couple of the shows.
I ended up just watching Ratchet, which is great.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's incredible. The new not John Wick.
Keanu Reeves?
No, it's the new one with Jim from The Office. It's on Amazon.
Jack Ryder.
Clancy.
Jack
Ryder, yeah.
Is it Jack Ryder?
No.
Jack something. It's Jack.
No.
Yeah, no, it's Jack. No.
Hold on. It's
I know the guy's name is John Krasinski, but I know
Yeah.
I know you're talking about shoot.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. There we go.
I was close. I had an R.
So Jack Ryan, as somebody who's absolutely loved the books, the watching the shows, and of course I grew up with Hunt for October and all of those.
Yep.
Jack Ryan has been an incredible adventure so far. What else did we watch? We caught up on the Greatest Drink Master Challenge, Great British Bake Off, because I love all things food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, no. I tried getting in. I've got a couple more episodes in past the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just
have you got?
Still
I know you're hung up on Negan. I know, but dude, get through Negan and you'll be fine.
I love him, but fuck Negan. I hate that guy.
No, dude, I'm telling you, he has the best story by the end of this series.
He killed.
Trust me. Trust me. And I can't talk about it because if I talk about it at all, I'll ruin it. Do you watch Walking Dead?
He killed my favorite character.
Yeah, I do.
Are you done with it now?
I have not finished it.
No. You guys are killing me. I want to talk about it so bad because this last season was so good and it's such an emotional. I
haven't got to watch it yet.
Emotional roller coaster. You guys are going to be like, what?
I've been busy, man.
It is so many redemption stories for so many people, and it's like, oh God, it's so good. And now we're gonna have 7 different Walking Dead series that are gonna be playing starting next year. Oh,
that's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, and one of them is a character that I can't say anything. I can't say nothing.
Yeah, say nothing.
I can't say
there
nothing.
You go.
All right. But yeah, so video games this week. We all got to get together. Since he plays Call of Duty, we should probably play some Call of Duty with him this week.
Warzone is fucking hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, we should all play together. Bro. Yeah,
proxy chat. Some great videos, dude. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, well, I can't.
You can't leave proxy chat on. Man,
not as a partner because we're held accountable.
Yeah, you can be punished for the things that come across.
If the N-word comes out, which it does a lot on Call of Duty, if the N-word comes out once, you lose your channel. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and you as an affiliate, you're under that same guideline.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Because he's an affiliate as well. So, like, dude, you got to be careful with that. Because I've known channels that literally are growing and booming, and then not only do you get your because they listen to your streams, they have an algorithm that actually scans your streams and the game. And if you have it coming through, because you're supposed to report that, right, in the game, if you don't report it and you do proximity, and it comes through your stream, not only will you lose your Call of Duty account, you'll also lose your Twitch account. And I know somebody who has been banned 4 times
because of shit other people said.
Of other people saying stuff. And the 4th time, they axed it permanently. Because he kept doing it. He's like, well, this is fucking stupid. Twitch is being dumb. Blah, blah. I'm like, you're not following the rules, dude. It's literally in your contract. Like, there is no hate speech. There is no, So just be careful with it. Like, if you do it, that's fine. Because you do have that's one thing that, like, I'm like, I don't know how you do it. My eyes twitch because you're in there and you have, like, 19 voices talking. And I'm like, because it is a privilege to be in my Discord. Like, I tell people that if you are in my Discord and you're talking, you treat it as if it's your own. Because if you fuck up, you are banned permanently. I don't.
You don't have to worry about it.
I'm just saying, but just protect your own channel because you work hard at your stuff, and I don't want you to lose it. And this is honestly something that I have seen up and coming streamers. They just play whatever they want. They play the music, DMCA. They don't give a shit, and poof, and fucking their channel's gone. And then they get pissed and throw a temper tantrum on Twitter, and it's their fault. You know, you got to follow the rules. That's like, as much as some of these rules suck. DMCA. Still the ultimate one is Metallica got hit with their own DMCA that they started. That was fucking fantastic. on Fortnite, by the way, which is even funnier because they played the Fortnite. They were playing Fortnite and they were playing it live on stream. They fucking played their new emote, which is them, and you could play with a bunch of people. Played it on stream and they played through the whole song and they were laughing and giggling. They got fucking banned by Twitch.
Yep.
Metallica. All right. So nobody is off the reservation when it comes to like when it comes to that stuff. If you end up getting DMCA'd 3 times, you're done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty strict.
I have been DJing long enough on streams that I know how to. It's not a matter of getting around it. It's a matter of just don't put it out on your VOD,
which I still can't figure out. Still can't. I want to listen to my own music, but I still can't get it to work, even with the new add-on.
One of my guys figured out how to do it.
With the Go XLR, that's the problem. That's the Go XLR.
The problem is the problem is if your music is going through your Go XLR, it all comes up as one source. So for me, I don't have Go XLR on my DJ scene.
Yeah.
It is a Yeti mic, and then I have the line out going into
your PC,
my PC direct. So
and then you just separate the VOD.
And that source is just not put on the VOD.
Yeah. With the Go XLR, you have to divide every single like PC music. Like it's crazy. It's awesome, but it fucks shit up.
As a licensed DJ who actually is authorized to play the music that I play, Twitch still doesn't honor any of those licenses. They don't give a fuck.
Yep.
And it's frustrating. I would be willing to pay a monthly fee for them to just go fuck off.
Yep.
And just
it should be that anyway. I don't know why they don't do that. Just literally get a deal with all the licensing groups and just be like, hey, you know what? Like everybody's going to get money from all these streamers. It is literally a gold mine for them. They're sitting on a gold mine. They could literally like Twitch is, everybody says Twitch is about money. But I'm going to tell you right now, if they literally said, hey guys, it's $10 a month. You can listen to whatever the fuck you want. And then they released that knockoff Twitch music shit. That stuff sucked. Nobody even wanted to use it.
Yeah.
And so, like, everybody wanted to listen to their own music, but if they signed a deal with these record labels and just said, hey, guys, but I think it's whatever that proprietary software they signed like a 20-year contract, and they can't get rid of it unless they pay them off. I think that's why. But they would make more money just writing them off because they make billions of dollars. Like, I don't even know how much Twitch makes, but they had to make money. Because you think about all these content creators, I mean, all the money was released and how many of these content creators are making, you know, even from taxes alone, like they're racking in money because everything's a write-off for them. Like it's a business where they set up a online service for people to stream. They don't even have to really do anything other than maintain their staff and the servers. And so I don't know. It's a long story. Everybody's back and forth on like, is Twitch better, YouTube better, blah blah blah. Who has more discoverability? YouTube definitely has more discoverability. But Twitch is just the home of gamers. I'm sorry. Like YouTube gaming, like a lot of people went over there because they got paid. And that's the funny thing. When Tin the Tap Man and Doc and all them, they all got paid. Now Doc got banned from Twitch, so he didn't really have a choice. But Tim and like so many other people, they went over there. They got paid multi-million-dollar deals. It was the same thing with Ninja when he came over to fucking Mixer. You know, he got paid fucking ridiculous amounts of money, and that's when Mixer started going downhill. That's here nor there. So, you know, investments in money and, you know, whatever. But also, too, here's one thing that I will say, too. So this week is a very important week for multiple reasons. Obviously, you guys know I was raising money for the Bungie Foundation, and we were doing Game to Give. We broke 5,000, which was the halfway mark, and we're actually at $5,335 right now. But they extended it. It was supposed to end on Christmas or on the 22nd. They extended it to the 31st because, I mean, straight up, the amount of money raised was much lower this year than it was last year. They already hit millions of dollars same time last year. This year, everybody's affected by the economy. Everything's slower. Things are beat up, right? Well, and this actually leads into the podcast too. I don't know if you ever met him, DJ. His name is Dutch Oven. But yeah, I know. But it's actually Derek Holland. Derek Holland, he's a professional MLB player. pitcher.
Okay.
And now he's a free agent, but he played on some of the biggest teams in MLB. He actually wants to come on the show, and he actually has 60 Feet to 6 Foundation. Off the field passion. It's a 60-foot-6 foundation started to help fight leukemia and hopefully make an impact on kids in need. And he started the whole foundation himself. He's big into charity. He came in and dropped $1,000 on the Bungie Foundation.
Nice.
But we started talking, and he's been a big supporter of mine. And obviously, he's an up-and-coming streamer too. He streams and plays Fortnite. He has a podcast of his own with a lot of celebrities. He knows Ryan Reynolds. He knows all these people, and he wants to come on our show. And he wants to do a whole showcase with it, and we're going to talk about his foundation and a bunch of stuff. So that's going to happen in January. So I'm super excited about that. We're just trying to iron out times. My actual wife is going to be on next week. She's actually going to come on, and we're going to do a podcast. I think it's going to be really funny. I actually wouldn't mind getting Braided Bandit on that one too, because I think that would be awesome because they're friends, and then like just everybody bantering and stuff. I think it would be great. And plus, having more women on the podcast is always a plus. And because they just have such a unique outlook on the gaming community, especially her being a content creator. I mean, she had 45,000 or 4,500 followers, and then just work got crazy and she stopped. And she also, the mental portion of it, the mental game, it was too much for her doing that and work. So she stopped, but she still streams every now and again. She does cricket stuff, and she does artsy crafty stuff. But even her, like, she's still getting approved for PAX tickets for media because she has the numbers. So it can impact your life in different ways, And so we got a pretty gnarly schedule. We're going to get Kick-Ass Jamis back on the show, hopefully soon, after he's done opening up boxes or whatever the hell Brits believe in. And their National Boxing Day. I was thinking two things when he told me that. Like, it was like boxing. And then I was like, boxing? Like, I'm like, what? Anyway, so, Brits are weird. Whatever. It's fine. We love them, though. I'm Scottish, so I will always give Brit shit. So besides the point, also Thursday with the Bungie Foundation, I'm actually streaming with 3 members of the Bungie team.
Nice.
We're going to be doing a raid together, and they are going to be giving away everything from collector's editions of Lightfall, which is the new expansion coming out in February, the deluxe edition, and a bunch of other exclusive Bungie gifts, Destiny games, all kinds of stuff. They're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing that, and that's going to be our last big punch to hit the 10K. And if we hit the 10K, there is a master grand prize, and it is directly from them. It is insane. I actually have a meeting with them after the podcast recording, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, when they told me what it was, I'm like, do I get that too? Like, it's that cool because I'm a big Destiny guy, and it is phenomenal. So, everybody, if you guys want to donate, the link is actually in my Discord and also on my Twitter. You guys can click the link. It's not the general game to give. There's an actual specific one on my going live. It's underneath. It's a little hyperlink. If you click that, I'll also post it up again down below so you guys can support. And anybody that can come in, even $5, $1, everything counts. But the exclusive perks of this is that if you donate up to $100, you get an in-game sparrow that's exclusively made that have hearts come out of it. You get 2 ghosts, you get 2 emblems just for donating, and it goes directly into your account on stream. So you actually benefit from it as well in-game as well for helping others in need. And the Games You Give Foundation is fantastic. It basically gives them iPads or tablets inside their bed, Xboxes, whatever. So they're unable to leave their beds because they're sick or fighting diseases or autoimmune disease or cancer or whatever the case may be. And it allows them to play games just like us, but from their bed. So giving them Wi-Fi, stuff like that. It's like really cool. It's a really cool thing to kind of uplift their spirits during troubled times and help them get through those moments. So that'll be my going on Thursday. Hopefully I get some games in with Military and DJ. What's your game plan this week, man? What you got going on?
I'm trying to do like every week I try to do something with the content creators. So someone that Like I don't know, a lot of partnered people have actually reached out because I do that thing. I don't know if you've noticed. I advertise like I'm going to be with the partner streamer. I'll be doing something with like Rashad Jennings. Actually reached like his mods and stuff like that. We're in talks to do something here soon.
Yep.
Don Deuces reached out. We might be doing something with him as well. I'm trying to get Leon Hart to do something because I know he has a gaming channel for Twitch. But obviously he's a huge YouTuber, so I trained his dog. That's how I know him. He's one
Nice.
of these, so that's the only reason why I have a connection there. He's done stuff with like Logan Paul and all that.
Not
so
a cannon trainer, a canine trainer.
Yes.
Canine, yes, canine trainer.
Yeah.
and so Nico Knows Tech. I have a meeting with him and Chris Netzel hopefully coming up here in the next week or so. I don't know. I try to do something like that every week. Get somebody, a big streamer. It's good to like kind of show that like you guys are normal people too. You guys are willing to play with other content creators as well.
Cruel, mean monsters. Nobody loves us.
And it's just a good way of
with an ear
making good content. I love making content with other people. I just had a thing with 2 other content creators, Toskamari, who's pretty big as well. He's an up and coming streamer, but he's his average is insane. He gets pretty good averages. He's not partner yet, but he's pretty close to it. So I mean, I just did something with him the other day. Got some really great content for YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So that's kind of like the goal to doing all that stuff, and I think that that's really important to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and bringing those people together too, expanding communities and them willing to do that is also a good on them, because most people, they stick to their lanes. They don't help out. They don't support others. They're like, "Oh, you're here to steal my people." Like, that mentality needs to go. So, I appreciate that. I love it. I love the fact that people are doing it. And definitely, if you haven't checked out DJ Stream, definitely do it. He is an amazing DJ. He has good vibes. And if you just want to have him up in the background, listen to his jams, they're pretty good. And then, yeah, there you go. There's the follow right there. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. But also, too, on the flip side as well, that's awesome. That was perfect timing. Way to self-advertise.
Oh my god.
But he's good peeps, and not only that, but he he just recently got back into Call of Duty like I did, because we hated it for years. Not hate it, but it was kind of garbage.
It was wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this game finally feels like fun, and they fixed everything that was wrong with Warzone in Warzone 2.
Yeah, so. It feels good. It feels good. There's still some balancing issues, but for the most part, it's still pretty good. Yeah. But that's every game. I mean, like, everybody bitches every day. They're, oh, this is overpowered. Oh, this is overpowered. Oh my god, this game is shit. They need to balance it. Blah. Like, that's every fucking game. Like, when people in the Bungie community, like, when they do that with Destiny, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're gonna be playing it. It's your fucking game. Shush.
I'm gonna say this though. It does not take me long to usually get up in the top, I would say 1 or 2% of the gaming community, regardless of the game, when it comes to total number of deaths.
Yeah.
There's a reason why my community is called the Respawn All-Stars.
Yep.
Because fuck it. You know what? I'm really good at being questionably okay at most video games.
You know the best part about this Call of Duty?
Griffball,
you know the best part about this Call of Duty? No fucking zombies. Thank fucking God. Fucking zombie game needs to fucking go bury in a ditch, put in a box, bury it in the box. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad they're not building this game for 3 years. They can stay in Activision over there in the corner and fucking go make fucking Pixel Raiders or something. I don't fucking care. Make a new game. Stay the fuck away from Call of Duty. I hate the Black Ops series. I like the story, but that was it. Well, the last story was fucking weird, but the best multiplayer other than this new Warzone was Blackout. I loved Blackout. And then they got rid of it, and I'm like, and then they brought out Warzone to compete with Fortnite and blah, blah, blah. And then it just became a hot mess. It was on an old engine. Everything looked like shit. Cheaters left and right. I mean, are there still cheaters in Warzone? Because I don't play it enough to know.
I'll say right now, I have not run into very many. If there has,
that's good.
Because
you knew in the other Warzone, you played it. You would all of a sudden, I'd be up on the ridge, and all of a sudden I'm like, and I'm dead, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? There's nobody around. And then you watch the kill cam, and the guy's on the other side of the map and shoots a sniper that it curves through buildings and shit, and then connects with my dome cap.
So from what I understand, and I could be wrong on this, but from what I understand, unlike previous game where they built the game and then added added the anti-cheat on top of it.
I don't think they ever added the anti-cheat. I don't think they ever did.
They
talked about it, but they never did.
This one's built around an anti-cheat.
This one has an anti-cheat built in.
So it's part of the core element.
It's also the reason why we couldn't log in the first 3 days normally because it was all fucked up. But did they fix all the party system? Can you join with everybody now? Because last time I played, it's
gotten better.
It's gotten better.
I still show off offline all the time. It's just like that's never going to get fixed, apparently. So
I think the number one concern is they hired somebody from Hulu to build the interface, and that's why it looks like Hulu. Yeah. Well, the whole interface. It was built by a Hulu designer, and it's
absolutely garbage.
It's garbage. I hate it. I like the old one. That's the one thing I will say. The old one was nice. It was smooth, straightforward. This shit is so convoluted, and the map system and the battle pass is a whack. I don't know. It's weird. And you know what? Like, honestly, hopefully that'll all change when Microsoft owns them, and then they'll be like, get rid of this stupid shit. Because one thing that is smooth is the interface on Xbox. It is really smooth, especially for Game Pass.
Dude, user
Game
friendly.
Pass is so nice. It's very user friendly. You can find everything with a search bar, which is great. But yeah, so one of the things that we haven't even talked about at all.
First of all, how far are we in this show so far?
An hour and 41 minutes. We're almost 2 hours. Yeah, we're gonna break this up into 2 spots. And we'll record a part 2. Yeah, we're gonna have a 2-parter on this. It has to be. Nobody's gonna sit through 2 hours of us, especially my ass rambling. It's partially my fault because I ramble. But anyway, the biggest and most important news today. Fuck you. Fuck you. The biggest and most important news today actually is the fact, other than having military on the show, we got partnered for the second goddamn time, because if you watched the last episode, you know that I fucked up and I opted out of the partner program by accident because my camera was in the fucking way, and I was going through filling it out while we're recording the podcast, and I clicked the button too fast, and then all of a sudden we were out of the program.
He's a special flower when he's
but look, I'm a tulip. You gotta let me grow, okay? I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly, Captain. All right, but so we're accepted back in. Everything is set up. You can sub monetarily to the channel right now, but I will warn all of you guys right now. Me and DJ are gonna actually have a quick meeting and go over
after our 2-hour fucking podcast.
Yeah, after our 2-hour podcast. But I was supposed to be live 28 minutes ago on Twitch, so there's that too. But whatever, it is what it is. And I'm supposed to have a meeting with Bungie. But we got to make our emotes. We got to make all of our tiers. We got to make all that stuff. We got to make introduction videos, each of us. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do. And so it won't be 100% probably for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Because obviously we're wrapping up December. DJ's got his stuff going on. I got my stuff going on. So be a little patient with us, but we're going to get everything working. And then we're going to have some really cool emotes and stuff for YouTube, which will be awesome. And your guys' support has been awesome. So if you haven't done a paid sub, you can now, because it's now available. It's now live. You can do that. But also, all of our videos now too, we got ad incentive, which is great. So we're actually going to be making some money off of this stuff, which we haven't done for over a year. But we hit partnership twice in under a year. We have over 4,100 followers. And you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Numbers have been great. You guys come in every week. You guys listen. You watch it on repeat. You listen to it, whether you're on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or YouTube. But we're officially partnered now on YouTube. So seriously, thank you guys so much. And our next goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers / followers, because subscribing, I don't know why they call it subbing, it's followers. But literally, you click the heart. If we hit 100,000 followers, we get the check mark next to our name, and that's our first milestone where we get a placard and an actual award for hitting 100K. So that's when you get the check mark next to your name. But we are partnered. We are good. It's a cool goal to go for. We did 4,100 in 1 year. Next year, we're going to try to go for 25,000. That's what 2023 is. You know what? Let's go for 23,000 because, 2023. 23,000. That's our goal. Shut up, DJ. Stop licking your lips like that. I don't like it. So, yes. So let's wrap this bitch up because we've been talking forever. DJ, where can they find you?
You can find me on all platforms at DJBluePDX, including Twitch, Cover, Twitter. Yeah, it's all platforms. Just DJBluePDX.
Yes. Military, where can they find you?
All platforms, including my own website. I just got up recently. XMilitaryMan. Yep. XMilitaryMan. Hit me up anytime. I'm willing to play, and have some fun.
Nice. And as always, guys, I'm the guy that talks too much, does shut the fuck up and rambles. The perfect reason why we have Pardon the D, ADHD in full effect. Here I go rambling again. My name is The Lost Drake. And you can follow me everywhere on every platform on my website, YouTube, across the board. And surprisingly enough, I'm about ready to get partnered myself on my personal YouTube as well. So go over there and go drop a follow and support over there too. And all of you guys have been kicking ass. I love you guys. And from everybody here at Pardon the D, make sure you guys go drop a follow, sub, like, subscribe, share. And we love you guys. Peace.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays,
Merry
motherfuckers.
Christmas.
And soon Happy New Year.